happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life podcast, where I'm your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. And here on Modify Your Life, we talk about modifying our life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. And if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about a lot of different things. We had some people, we had some guests, we had Modified Frankie, we've had Dez, we had Nate. We're starting out 2025 strong, a little late, but definitely strong, along with the new setup and stuff like that. But something that I really wanted to get into, because me and Modified Frankie have got into this conversation before, is that we got into this conversation amongst two people who have been in a relationship our whole entire weight loss journey. And we obviously share a similar story, but it's always good to hear someone else's story, or maybe someone that has put in the work, lost weight like ourselves, but also doesn't have the same story, if that makes any sense. So what I mean by that is that we got Dez back on the ones and twos, back on the podcast, right? And we were sitting down talking, we're talking business right now. For those who may not know, if you don't know who Dez has lost how much?
A little over 160 pounds.
A little over 100, let's say 500 pounds. She's lost 500 pounds. Let's say that, let's use that to clip it, right? And she's blown up on social media. You've been doing this for what? How long?
7 years full time.
Don't be modest.
7 years full time influencer. Very, very grateful. Didn't know my life would become that, but here we are.
I love that for you. Do you know that I hate the word influencer?
I know, so do I, but
I hate when people call me influencer.
I work with brands. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know. It's true. No, it is. I just hate that word influencer.
I know.
But weight loss, there's more that meets the eye than what people see.
I always tell people it's not like I'm an IG model or something. Like, I'm here to share a story and touch lives and get connected. You know, it's a lot more than just
photos and videos, right?
Pretty things.
Well, the cool thing is, though, is that we get to share conversations like this, and we have two different, not say outlooks, but two different experiences, right? Because the number one thing that I see from hater comments, or from people that have not put in the work, or not willing to put in the work, or too lazy to put in the work, and just, whatever, I digress, is that, like, I don't want the loose skin.
Oh,
I'd
my
rather be
gosh.
fat than have loose skin.
I hear it all the time as well.
The loose skin's disgusting.
And I think to myself, like, you lose that weight and you'll say, I would take the loose skin over, I always say, I would take the loose skin over being 300 pounds any day. Honestly, I think that might just be like the easier thing for people to say. And it's like something that people use certain things to hold them back from, putting in the work. And it's just like so crazy, because there's just never been a time in my 7 years of being on this journey that I've thought, I wish I didn't start because now I'm stuck with this loose skin.
Yeah, no.
Said no one ever, actually.
Said no one ever, because at the end of the day, it's not true, right? It's not true. No one that's ever lost weight has been like, I'd rather have loose skin. I don't think there's people who gained it back, but it wasn't on accident. It wasn't on purpose. It was on accident.
Yep.
Right? And I've never once, now, don't get me wrong, since having my first initial skin removal surgery, right? Shout out to Dr. Dry. I've been wanting all my surgeries now. Now I've been wanting all my surgeries, because now I see what a surgery will do, and I'm like, I'm here for it. Sign me up, doc. What's my next one? What are we doing, right?
It allows you to see the progress you've actually made.
Exactly, right? So now that the loose skin's gone, I'm like, okay, cool. Well, part of it. I still got two more surgeries to go. But now that it's part of it's gone, I'm like, holy crap, what's going to look like next? What's going to look like next? But see, I personally look at it as that I have the right to say, because I put in the work to have loose skin.
Absolutely.
Right?
You got to earn the surgery.
Exactly. You have to earn the surgery. You have to earn your, you have to let's go. You have to earn your opinion.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because when when you see these comments from, I'm talking about for real people. I'm really talking about the bots, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about from real people. They're overweight. I'm not gonna go up to a homeless person to ask them how to save money. Right. I'm also not gonna go to a millionaire and tell them how to become a millionaire. I'm gonna learn from the people that put in the work, so I learn from their mistakes, or I learn their blueprint.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel it's just a open source platform to speak, where people feel obligated, or they feel like they have the right to talk about something they wouldn't do, or something if they would do different, or something that blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you can't speak on it because you haven't put in the work to do it. Do you yourself ever look at yourself in the mirror and say, I wish I didn't lose weight?
Not never one time. I've only wanted to keep going and lose more.
Exactly right there. Damn, God, ain't that the truth? I look in the mirror, I'm like, sometimes I feel like life was a lot more simpler when I didn't care about my health. But now that I care about my health, I like this version more, but it's like, it's a lot of work.
Bye to your social life.
No, 100%. It is, right? Because at the end of the day, like,
sacrifice.
that, and we weren't raised, I wasn't raised to live a healthy lifestyle. So I'm really rewiring myself and how I look at things and how I look towards food. And I really had to completely change 360 my whole entire life.
It's about making the actual conscious daily decisions, plural on decisions to
multiple.
make healthier choices and to continue prioritizing your health. It doesn't exactly come natural. And
No, it does.
It's
No.
rewiring.
I'm a big boy. I'm always going to be a big boy. I'm always going to be like, yo, do you want freaking chicken, rice, and vegetables? Or do you want freaking a Mexican pizza? I'm like, bro, give me the Mexican pizza. Then I'm like, oh, wait, I'm cutting. Or, oh, wait, I got to chill. Or, oh, wait, I have a big weekend ahead of me, right? And it's always going to be like, the first thing is going to be like the fat boy, right? Because that's what I'm wired to be.
Instinct.
But the outcome of eating Mexican pizzas is me looking like a Mexican pizza. The outcome of me turning down the Mexican pizza is having a physique that men that men would want, right? Just like you.
What your clients are like aiming for.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You gotta set that example.
Yeah, well, I literally was working out today with Big Boy, and
nice.
he's like, there's so many people out there that will sit here and tell you what to do, show you what to do, say what you should do, say what you're doing is right, saying what you're doing wrong but they won't put in the work. They won't sit in there in the gym. They won't track their food. Like, how? Like, in my head, if I wake up and I'm late and I don't do my morning routine, I feel like a fake person.
Yeah.
Hands down. And if there's other coaches that don't feel that way, well, fuck, dude.
I hate the
Stay away from my
feeling
clients.
of not sticking to what I told myself I would. It
pisses me off.
It's the worst feeling to me, and I don't know why I put that kind of pressure.
I want to throw this vase right now, but just thinking about not doing the right thing.
I want to help.
I want to break the whole entire podcast setup right now and just Hulk smash his TV, right? No, but it bothers me, right? And some people are like, well, that's an extremist. I was over 600 pounds. Your boy was born an extremist. I was extremely morbidly obese. Right. I take everything to extreme. So I'm well aware of that, but I'd rather be an extremist to the gym and my health and my longevity of life than be an extremist to when's the next crumble cookie coming out.
Totally.
Or when the next video game comes out. Like, I want to know when the next time I'm going to be able to buy a Lamborghini, not like next time I'm like, I'm going to my mom's going to bring me Uber Eats or bring me food.
Right. It kind of reminds me of what you spoke about on the episode with Nate when you guys were saying like, yeah, I was addicted to that, but now I'm addicted to this, the gym and this lifestyle.
Health.
You kind of have to become addicted to it.
You do. No, you do. Because at the end of the day, you're addicted to yourself and your self-worth. I don't think that anyone's like, oh, I'm so pissed off that I look good. Do you get yourself dolled up more now that you've lost weight? Do you care about your hygiene and your self-worth and your image now that you've lost weight more than ever?
More than ever. I was going to correct you and say that I've always been someone who's into all of those things, even at my heaviest. And I talked about it on my last episode with you. I did a lot of overcompensating where I always was dolled up. I was always dressed as best as I could be as a plus-size girly. But I will say now it's even more fun to be presenting myself as the little like Barbie girl I've always thought I was inside. I love nothing more than a matching fit. Okay. Like I love a little cohesive moment. I love feeling like I'm putting my best self forward. And I've been like that, like especially since starting my weight loss journey. I want to live my best life.
Exactly. I
want to feel good, look good, feel good. It's kind of hand in hand.
It does. Oh, no, 100%. And I would show my shoes, but I'm currently in my socks, people. Straight up. I just got back from the gym, workout Big Boy, killed my arms. I'm in my socks. I'm comfortable. Yeah. My feet may smell. I don't know. Those feet are the bottom of my socks look pretty black right now.
You're wearing pretty breathable shoes today.
Yeah, Crocs. Everyone knows exactly what I'm wearing. But getting to the image though, right? So the main reason why we're sitting down in this podcast on this beautiful, for you guys Monday, for us Saturday, is that not only our image on the outside, but our image when we're completely nude, right? And there's nude in both ways, because that's what this topic's about. Nude in the mirror, but nude, and when I mean at our purest form. Right? Because I know for me, I've had a girlfriend through and through that also was on a weight loss journey, is on a
At
weight loss
every
journey.
step of the way, every stage you've been
Every
at, she
stage
was
I've been,
there.
she was right there. So I didn't have to deal with this insecurity, but I still do have insecurities, and no one knows about this, and I'm gonna bring it up today, and we're gonna talk about it. But the loose skin and dating and feeling like you have to explain, what does that look like for you?
It's heavy.
Yeah?
It's
Heavy, too modified.
It's so heavy to modified.
Someone sign her. She's one of the heavy
Shameless
modified friends.
plug.
Yeah. We're signing her. How much you got to pay this girl?
I do it for free.
Oh, she said it. Hey, clip it. Do it.
So I have been there. Actually, I will tell you, and because I'm an open book on social media and stuff, it's funny that people have been following me for the last 7 years. They've seen me in a few different relationships. And of course, there have been some relationships that haven't made it to social media. You know, I've had a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that, you know, going into my weight loss journey, I started at 298, basically 300 pounds. And I was with someone for the whole year before my surgery. And we ended up dating a year into my surgery. So he was there kind of throughout my body changing. And there was such a, you know, deep caring by 2 years in, you know, like I didn't exactly feel insecure with him. And he was a bigger guy as well. So it's like,
I was going to say, sorry to cut you off, but was he a heavier person? Was he
Yes.
someone also on a weight loss journey, or were you the one getting healthy and he was the one staying where he felt comfortable?
the latter.
The latter.
That kind of was a big part of why we couldn't continue. Like I remember specifically being said, I would never go to the gym with you. And it's like, I want a soulmate. I want to be on this journey with someone.
Oh, we know. I've had a conversation with Frankie. I was like, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
And I want to be with you forever.
Yeah.
But if you don't change your ways, I don't want to get fat again.
Right.
And if you want to stay overweight or you want to be overweight, if you want a, boyfriend with bigger titties than you, that's fine.
Yes.
But I ain't that guy no more.
Right.
And we've had those tough conversations. So I 100% get why something would not work from that situation.
Right. And, you know, one thing about me is I'll never take for granted the guys who did love me at my heaviest weight. And it's great because we have a great relationship still to this day. He is the photographer of 90% of the videos I post online. And it's great because sometimes he'll still be like, hey, look at what I just came across. And we have that, just like.
It was a mutual breakup.
Exactly.
It was an adult breakup. It wasn't high school.
Exactly.
You and Queen Latifah set his shit on fire, right?
1000%. That could never be me. Okay. Like it's just not my personality.
Never say never.
No, I've been done pretty dirty online. And like once I got into another relationship, that breakup was so ugly and very public. And I still
Sloppy.
handled it with grace.
I love that.
That's just who I am. But in that relationship, my body was changing. I lost 160 pounds in 1 year. I hit my goal of losing 150 on my 1 year anniversary, what we call surgiversary in the bariatric world. And it was great, but surgiversary. Yeah, it's the anniversary of your surgery. And it goes for plastics too. So you'll be celebrating
I'll
next
be
year.
celebrating my surgiversary times 2.
Yeah.
When I'm getting 3. So I'll have like 4 surgiversaries.
What was it, September or something?
November 19th, October was the VSG, and then October 24th or 28th was my first skin wall surgery, and then I have my leg surgery, and then I got my upper body surgery. So I'm
Lots of celebrating.
You know what? I want a whole year.
Yeah.
Give me a whole year of celebration. Celebrate me for a year.
It's all about celebrating the little wins.
Frankie's actually has her surgery next month.
You finally got a new date?
Yeah, she finally
Congrats.
has blood running through her body. Yeah, she's gonna do your podcast. She's gonna get surgery and she's gonna break up with me.
No.
She's gonna try. I'll get her pregnant.
Hey, you know what?
I'll ruin the body.
It's not a bad plan.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm gonna repo it. I own that body.
That's my biggest fear every day. Ain't nobody gonna mess up this tummy tuck.
Oh my god.
That's why I have the IUD. Okay.
Dang. She's at least she's honest.
Listen.
Francine, I told Francine, I was like, she's like, what if I start going out more? I was like, well, what if you just get pregnant on accident, right? Oops, you got pregnant, huh? Yeah. Now you're mom.
It's not just you anymore,
Oops,
babe.
better stay home for 9 months now, huh? Yeah. Body ruined, but anyways.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yes, all that. I guess as I then became single for the first time in forever, I'm down 160 pounds. This is pre-skin removal. One thing about us girls, we are really good at covering up our insecurities. Think about the way we wear our makeup.
I watch Francine tuck the gut sometimes. I love her. Baby, hey, I help you get in your file. I see it. I love you. No, I love you though.
We know how to hide it.
Bro, I know. I watched it because the one time I was like, she came out and I didn't help. I think your sister helped you put the font on for like when she lost her weight, right? She lost like 300 pounds or something.
Sometimes it does take two hands.
Right? She was like 600
Extra
pounds.
set.
Like she was big. She was big. Francine was.
Don't piss me off.
You know what? I love you.
She was hefty, right? Me too, though. I was kind of big. But anyways, so like one time it's like when this recently, like about when you got your first file, she got her first file like maybe 8 months ago.
Okay.
Or 9 months, something like that, right? Whatever it was. Anyways. But she had a dress on and she came out and her boobs look humongous. And then her belly was super flat. And like she has a lot of loose skin because she holds her skin from between her chest and her shoulders. That's where she's top heavy. Right? God didn't bless her with the body, but her doctor's going to. Right? And so I came out and she had a booty and she had a flat stomach. I was like, I mean, I'm not to be TMI, but you know what I mean? I was gonna,
Actually, we're not going anywhere tonight.
I know, like, girl, we're staying home tonight, right? But then I'm like, babe, I was like, what? She's like, well, babe, I put the faja on that bottom. I'm like, oh, you're counterfeit. You're fake. You're fake. I started laughing. I was like, no, that's crazy though. And that's when I realized off of my body, because I wear my faja and the next day I wake up, I'm all freaking flat, right? I'm like, holy crap! Like this is like it hides a lot of things.
Yes.
Right. You girls and guys. I think guys can do it too. I mean, I think it's more acceptable for a guy to be overweight than a girl. So I definitely don't relate with you, but I do see the unfairness in that.
Yeah. We can call it curvy. Like it's a little different for girls. We can be like, yeah, we're a little thick, a little slim thick. Girl, you thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. It's kind of a flex.
People be throwing around that thick word, and I'm just like. I mean, what's the definition? You know what I mean? Because that case, I was thick.
How many C's are we talking then?
I was going to say 3 Ks. But I don't think that's a culture appropriation.
I just got it.
Did I say that?
We use all C's, okay?
Okay, my bad.
It's 2025.
THICKKKKKKK.
C,
Your boy
C,
was
C, C,
thick.
C, C,
I'm saying I was thick. I'm just saying. But anyways.
What's the limit of when it goes
I know, like, yeah. What is it for? Yeah, like, when do male or female go? Like, I feel like, you know how, like, they say, like, guys will add 2 inches to their height and girls will take away 2 inches? Like, where do you go? Where's, like, that line of, like,
Listen,
I'm thick or I'm fat?
Mean Girls quote, the limit does not exist. Okay?
Just tell that to the girls in high school.
I think
I mean, I felt like I was just put in the fat category. I was put in the friend zone. Immediately, I was like, "You're a great friend." I'm like, "Holy crap, I didn't even meet you yet." Why when I walking up to him like, "Hey, friend," I'm like, "Damn, I thought you were cute." Whatever. Now look
immediately
at them.
friend zone.
They're all thick with 7Ks now,
and lots of kids probably.
and 3 different baby daddies. Some of them.
It
Just
happens.
saying, it is what it is. Look at me, in a stringer, in a Rolex. Had your shot, but you missed, homie. Oh, Frankie.
This could be what you playing.
You know, I was thinking this is gonna be a serious podcast. Someone actually watched this, like, well, this is a serious topic. No, it is serious though. But I mean,
You're both pigeons.
yeah. Well, no, I have ADHD. I have ADHD. Anyways, life with skin. How's the skin going?
Right.
How's it
So
going?
what
Skin
I was
twins.
saying is that as girls, we get pretty good and creative on how to hide it. Between high-waisted and compressive leggings, high-waisted jeans. Like I always,
High-waisted.
my secret, and I obviously shared it on Instagram many times, but like people underestimate the power of 3 to 4 buttons on those high-waisted jeans. I would never wear jeans that only had 1 or 2. When you have like the multiple buttons, the way it just sucks you in and hides everything, it was like, that's my tummy tuck. Actually,
You girls mastered the, like, you know, like I asked one of my clients. I was like, oh yeah, like if you when you take your photos, just take it at your weight, take it at your waistline, because that's gonna be so we can see like whatever they feel comfortable. They took a photo with their pants to their belly button. I was like, that's not your waistline, right? But you girls, no one. I mean, I wore my pants to my belly button too because I had loose skin and I just looked flatter that way.
Yeah.
So I get it, but yeah, it's like girls be wearing their pants to their belly, but I didn't. That's the thing now.
It
Pretty
is.
soon, girls in 10 years, girls gonna be wearing their jeans to their neck. You're wearing them up here.
Listen, I only wear high-waisted jeans even after my tummy tuck. Like I don't know, it is
You have
trendy.
a flat stomach.
I mean, it could be flatter, but like I'm working on it. I'm working on it every day.
Girl was like 600 pounds and now she's talking about could be flatter. That's crazy.
Well, I recently restarted my weight loss journey. I had regained 40 pounds, and honestly, I could show you the photos and videos. Like
That's a whole nother topic.
I was almost ruining my tummy tuck there for a sec.
That's a whole nother topic because I know. Okay, anyways.
Okay,
Stop it. The manager's looking at me. She's saying we're messing up right now. right? It's supposed to be a serious conversation, and we're not being serious right now. All right,
After weight loss.
it is supposed to be intimacy after weight loss, right? So
Yes.
how's it? Tell me.
Well, it's a struggle.
I feel like there's no catching up now. Like we're here now. Like
So like between just working on hiding it for yourself and hiding it for the different events you're going to and just trying to do your best to feel good, because it is inevitable when you go through weight loss of especially
anything
a triple
over
digit.
75 pounds, I believe Dr. Dry said.
Yeah.
Anything over 75 or 100, that there's going to be loose skin depending on your age and all that stuff is how bad it's going to be.
Yep. I always say, like, if it's a triple digit, completely inevitable. Like, your skin can have some elasticity, but is it going to bounce back to where you probably won't need surgery? Most likely not.
Well, I always like to tell my clients of like, look at your skin like a rubber band. If you take a brand new rubber band, you stretch it, you let it go, it's going to go back to size. You stretch it, let it go back to size. Now, if you take that brand new rubber band, you stretch it, and you hold it there for a couple months, a couple of days, that rubber band's never going back to that normal size. It's going to be a little bit bigger. And every single time you do it, it goes back to size, but it doesn't go back to size, but it does go back to smaller, but it doesn't go back to size. And that's how I explain that, because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, coach, how much loose skin am I going to have? I'm like, well, I don't know. You're going to have loose skin. It could be like Julian. Julian has, I don't think he really needs skin removal surgery. He's lost like 100-some pounds. But he's young. He's buff now. You know what I mean? But look at
Age
Garrett.
is a huge factor.
Garrett lost a lot of weight, and he has a lot of loose skin. Francine, she lost 100. How much you lose? 150 pounds, and she has a lot of loose skin. But her body shape, all that. You know what I mean? You have loose skin. I have a shit ton of loose skin. You know what I mean? So it's like it's inevitable.
Yeah.
There's no inevitable. Yeah. You don't have to be intelligent to have a podcast. You just have to speak good. But it's like there's no getting around it, right? So, and it's like everyone's biggest insecurity, but like it's also earned. But regardless how we felt about the earn, you said something about this way made me want to get you on the podcast, is that you felt like, well, not you felt like you've had to explain that you have loose skin, like.
Yeah.
Like I've never had to do that. But the reason why I wanted to have this podcast with you is because even though I didn't have to explain to Francine what my loose skin was, she's well aware of it. I still don't wear like Vegas pool parties. This is what I wear to Vegas pool parties.
You wouldn't go without a shirt.
Hell no. And shout out to everyone that goes to Vegas pool parties. It's 200-300 pounds, 400 pounds, no shirt. Shout out to you. You're that, you know what? Confidence, A1. But no, I've never, all of Vegas pool parties, anyone see me post on Instagram, I'm in a stringer. Because one, you're mixing alcohol with, then you see someone with loose skin, which opens up the door to a question, and then someone gets not punched in the face, right? I mean, just saying. So why even open up the door for that, right? So, and plus it's embarrassing for me. Even though I earned it and I know what it is, I deserve it because I decided to let myself get as big, it's still embarrassing. It's not, I mean, Vegas, Vegas is like like a Miami, right? People, the best looking people at pool parties, skinny girls, buff guys, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, it also makes me feel uncomfortable. And that's why I said I never really talked about this out loud, but I've never went to a beach since being a kid without a shirt on. And I still go to the beach now with a shirt, with a stringer on. I still jump in pools with, boys trip, whatever. But it's still embarrassing. And not that I have a girlfriend. I'm in a happy relationship, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still a big insecurity of mine.
Course.
So I don't want to just go out to the public. Now, when I'm in the gym, that's a different atmosphere, right? You're at the gym. I have loose skin. I'm working out, I'm posing with the loose skin. It's more of like a holy crap, like that guy crushed it. I'm proud of him. He saved his life. But when you're in a club atmosphere where there's girls around, there's guys around, and open up the questions and have to explain yourself that, I'm not freaking melting. I'm just, this is just I've lost a whole bunch of weight. I prefer not to just have to explain it. It makes me feel very, very insecure. So that's why I only can imagine what you've had to go through with your loose skin and intimacy.
Yeah. I think that it's really tough having loose skin and entering into a new relationship. And then, as you progress and it does come to that time that you guys are going to be intimate, there's like no more nerve-wracking feeling than the fact that as soon as like that zipper goes down or those buttons get undone and your loose skin, your pouch is there, it exists. When you do such a good job of hiding it every other day, you automatically feel like you just like have to explain yourself. And then it's like so stupid because in your head, you've already done all of this work loving yourself through every stage of your journey.
But you have to,
then you have to do a little back crawl because now someone else is coming into that. And you're not exactly prepared for that. And you don't know if they're prepared for that.
Damn, I didn't even think about it because it's like you're going on stage again, getting judged, and you don't know what they're going to, you know what I mean? You don't know how they're going to look at it.
Right.
Like, I feel like say, God forbid, me and Frankie break up. I feel like I'm just going to, like, if there's a girl, I'm just going to show her my Instagram and be like, look it.
1,000%.
This is what you're going to be able to take home. Take it or leave it.
It is actually like, I get messages all the time about girls will be like, dude, I'm going on, like, I've been dating this guy and like we're going on a trip and it's our first time. I get it actually all the time. I'm like the big sis, okay, of like the weight loss journey community.
Yeah, no.
And I
and yet you're not
it.
coaching. Crazy.
I have coached
you're
in the
going
past.
To coach. You're going
and
to.
in the past, and I am going to.
I'm going to
get
make
into
you.
it.
I'm going to make you're going to, with working with me. You're going to be making well over.
We're building something right now.
Give it next year. She'll be making well over 100K. I'm just calling it right now. Plant the seed. Please. Anyways, keep going.
And so I'm like the big sis. I love that people know that they can come and talk to me about anything, especially the hardest topics that I know I wouldn't like feel comfortable talking about something related to that, to like even siblings or something.
When you brought that up, I was like, imagine how many of girl clients that don't have that resource to reach out to when they work with me, because I have clients that are down 60, 70, 80, 100 some plus pounds of ladies. And I didn't think about that because if you weren't in a secure relationship, well, there's a lot of different ways we could go about it. One, if you're not in a secure relationship, your husband could not like the loose skin. Two, if you're in a secure relationship, your husband could not like the skin. Two, if you're not in a relationship, then all the times you go on dates and who you choose to sleep with, you kind of have to go reopen that wound of being judged.
Yes.
That's very interesting. So with Frankie and me, she's very insecure about her loose skin in our relationship, which is very interesting because I also have loose skin.
And for me, I'm just like, what does that girl have to worry about? You love her more than life.
I know, like, that's what I tell her, but I get it though, because I don't like, oh my gosh, like me wearing
That's why it works
stringer,
though, is because you get it.
Yeah, that is very true, right? But like me wearing a string right now, I hate my upper body. Like I hate like my gelatinous titties hanging and stuff like that, right? No, I talk crap, but I make light of it. It's just how I joke with things. That's how what the fuck is that? Anyways, it's like a gnat. It's like freaking. Anyways, but my brain is all over the place right now, and this gnat's bother. It keeps lighting my nose. All right, anyways, welcome back to the podcast, people. It's an intermission, right? If you're looking to get rid of gnats. But no, it's an insecurity of mine, of my loose skin. But hers is like an insecurity inside of the relationship. And it's gotten a little bit, it got better, but then it got worse once I got my skin removal surgery. Because now I have a flat stomach.
Catch-up. I know that feeling.
She's playing catch up. But for all the girls out there, they're about to judge me like, well, why didn't you let her get it first? Stop it. Right now. Cut it out. You're going to piss me off. All the guys out there be like, well, that was my girl. I'll let her get it first. Shut up. Listen to me. I told her I want her to get her surgery first. I told her let's get her situated. I told her let's do all this stuff. But she decided just to waste time, right? And find herself. So
you never feel ready for
but
something like
I
that,
just
though.
knew,
I get it.
I knew, no, stop it. No. It wasn't she wasn't ready. It was the fact that she just thought that this weight loss surgery was going to just do everything for her. And she didn't understand that, like, oh, wow, my boyfriend's tracking his food. Oh, wow, my boyfriend's going to the gym. My boyfriend's going for runs. I don't have to do that, though, because I'm modified Frankie, right? But that's her, whatever it might be. But I wanted her to get it first because I know the real modified Frankie, and she's an amazing soul, but she's very insecure. So I knew that if she got her surgeries first and she was the baddie with the fatty, then I wouldn't have to worry about what I'm going through now, which is not like that in the world. It's more of a joke, but I'm counting down the days that she get her surgery so she could finally feel secure about her with her loose skin because it's gonna be gone.
I was telling her it's like it brings on this whole new confidence, and it's not that you ever needed the surgery, but when you finally get that body that you put in the work for, you made those hard decisions daily for, and there was always just that one thing stopping you from feeling good. And it sucks too as girls, like you see things on a mannequin or like, a girl with link, something like that, so cute, but why does it look so different on me? Oh, because of the loose skin. It does change everything. You get a whole newfound confidence, and even gives you more confidence to hit the gym. And I know that
I
doesn't
know
make
that. No,
sense.
that makes sense.
Right?
Because now I'm all of a sudden, I'm like, I want abs.
The leggings feel better on you.
Yeah. I'm wearing, these are her pants. That really pisses her off when I wear her pants, but my booty looks nice in these pants. Right? But
Girls are looking.
it's insane that it's true. Right? Because I'm wishing I had another microphone and another headset. Right? Because I think this would be like amazing 3-way conversation. But you know what I mean? We ain't making money on this podcast. And buying that whole new setup, another setup is going to be expensive. But what I'm thinking though is like, yeah, it's stuff that I don't think about, and this is really opening my eyes, and I hope you guys understand that like I'm learning right now because these conversations that we're having, these podcasts, is allowing me to become a better coach and to empathize and have sympathy and empathy now for what you girls do go through, because I know it's harder to be a girl. I can't sit here and tell you I relate with you because it's not possible for me to be a girl. I mean, depending on who you talk to, I guess. I digress, but I don't go through those things, right? I have my own insecurity, but I don't have these thoughts. Like I don't have to put on a faja.
They don't occupy space in your mind.
Not at all.
Where for us girls, you can be as excited to be going on this next date. You don't know where it'll lead. Oh, you're going on a trip. Oh, things are progressing. That's all so exciting. And obviously, like, especially when you're on a weight loss journey, you're putting in all of this work for yourself. We ultimately want to be able to share our life with someone. You want to get in a relationship. You're hoping to be able to progress with a guy. You hope that some guy will see you for you and see past what you had to go through to become the woman that you are today. But there is nothing that terrifies you more than the thought of what happens when you are right there and your belly skin, your loose skin is hitting his belly before your boobs even do. I'm sorry.
Butt to gut, baby. Butt to gut. You know what I mean?
That's real.
What did Big Black say?
I'm sorry if that was too much to share, but like that's real.
Look, when I put it on YouTube
and your boobs are gone.
Hey, well, I can't relate with that one, homie. I got my boobs right here, unfortunately. I got bigger boobs than Frankie right now, honestly. The skin, but I'm just saying, it is what it is. Like, hey, it is what it is. I can afford the surgery. I'm blessed. I mean, whatever it might be, I earned this. But it's what I was saying is that when I upload these to YouTube and Spotify and wherever you guys are listening to, this is not a kid's podcast. This is for adults self-development. This is real life stuff. This is stuff that someone's listening to right now that they're going to go through.
I can show you messages of those exact things.
Yeah, well, mine, I don't really get a lot of conversations with males about the loose skin. It doesn't really seem to be our biggest fear, but there are some people that will like, oh, well, I just don't want to lose weight because of like, no offense, but you're loose skin. I'm like, hey, no offense. I was like, but you haven't put in the work to tell me no offense about my loose skin. Yeah. Right. So at the end of the day, I have those kind of like, hey, not to take it, don't take this disrespectfully, but I'm about to shit on you type of conversation. But I don't have like the serious conversations. Very rarely do I, because the people that I would have the conversations like this with, we all have the same outlook on it. Who cares? It's loose skin, right? Yeah. Fucking run around, let that shit clap around. I don't care. I'm not gonna die. My family doesn't have to buy a double XL freaking coffin, a triple XL coffin, because if I pass away, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you have that same look. Now, yes, we've had surgeries, right? Yes, we removed it. Now, it doesn't say just because we accept it doesn't mean we love it, but we accept that it's part of the weight loss journey program. That's part of that's part of the outcome of our mistakes. That is a outcome of our poor choice of eating and lack of discipline, accountability, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't mean we love it, but it's still part of it.
Absolutely.
And the cool thing about loose skin is something you have to understand is, like, say you can't afford surgery. You can't put a price on you adding to your life. Yeah. Like, every single inch of loose skin was once filled with fat. Like, my chest, all this loose skin was filled with fat. Like, I wouldn't be able to sit in this chair. That skin was tight, full of fat before. It was tight.
That's what you don't realize, and you lost that.
All of it. You lost it. We all lost it up here, right? So it's like, as much as I would love to say, like, oh, I hate my loose skin, if I were to look at my loose skin, look at myself in the mirror and look at, like, myself in my purest form, I would say I love my loose skin, because if I didn't have loose skin, I probably would be dead, right? I think it's safe to say 650 pounds. Yeah. I wasn't losing weight. I'd either be 750 right now, maybe 800, or I'd been dead. Buried somewhere with a fucking 3XL coffin.
You got to dodge all of those underlying health conditions and get a whole brand new life. if dealing with loose skin is part of your life right now, I feel like it's kind of worth it.
Booty's clapping, cheeks smacking. I'll take it all day, right? Because at the end of the day, like we get to sit on this podcast and share that stuff.
Yeah.
I want to ask.
Go ahead. I'm an open book.
Me too. That's what I was thinking, right? Like I remember when the loose skin started to get bad, right? For me, and we're doing a little nasty. Certain things would be clapping.
I was actually just about to finish your sentence.
I was gonna say because there's a lot of clapping going on, right?
Clapping. Yes. There's a sound.
There's a certain sound that is made.
What's clapping with the booty smacking? Absolutely.
No, it's more clapping than booty smacking. I'll tell you that much right now. But you know what I mean? But it's like it's so if this is too TMI, then just tell me. But have you ever had a situation where the person didn't lose? Because you see, me and Frankie have already lost weight. So it's normal, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, but like, I've never with you with like not losing weight, with someone not losing weight, like, do you still, like, we laugh at it, but like, I'm just right thinking, now, like, there's someone thinking right now, I want to know this. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you right now, in that moment, when
there's
you are with someone who can't relate to the journey you've been on, there's nothing that brings a greater silence to the room, and you're just hoping that it's not as loud in your own ears and as embarrassing and shameful. And you're like, my Uber's here.
You called your own self an Uber. You didn't have to call the Uber.
My Uber's here. I actually gotta go. That's what I would want. That in those moments is like that's where I would go. But
I'm dying right now.
Obviously, I would actually be more embarrassed to let something like that
in the middle of it would be more embarrassing.
No, I'm saying I would be more embarrassed to actually like stop the process or like to leave based on something like that. Like that would be more shameful to be like, oh, sorry. Like honestly, you got to flex in those moments and be like, let me just own it. Like, oh, sorry, it's a loose skin. And you laugh it off because what do we do as big people? We overcompensate and we say the things that we were going to say it first before anyone else, so no one else can hurt you. So you're going to be the first one to say in that moment, like, oh, sorry, it's a loose skin. Sorry, like, keep it cute. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah, it's embarrassing. Oh my gosh, I'm like getting, like, I can't even, like, I have anxiety remembering moments like that. And like.
Okay, wait, I got to know.
What?
What's this about embarrassing moment you're thinking of right now? Come on. We're all thinking it. We're all thinking it right now. We are all grown adults here.
The most embarrassing.
You don't gotta go like into detail, but like the first time it happened, like what do you think of it? Like it was like, oh my, what happened? What'd you do when like the first clap happened? We're all thinking about it. We're all thinking about it right now.
Like, okay, I think like.
And if they're not, I am then.
What did I do?
What happened when you got the first round of applause from the skin?
It was I all of a sudden was doing a mannequin challenge. Yeah.
She froze up.
I broke out in the mannequin challenge.
Like the goats that get nervous and fall over.
It took a little defrosting to get me back to rhythm.
This I thought was going to be serious, people. I am so sorry. But I had to know. Right? Because
I froze.
You froze?
I ate my own stomach. My heart dropped. I didn't know what to do. In my mind, I went to a different reality, and I was actually like, if I can't see you, you can't see me.
You can't hear me. I'm not here. And you guys, you just kept going. And
but then I was like, own it. Just, you gotta say something like, the silence is deadly,
What's the first thing you said?
I was like, oh my gosh, loose skin. Like, sorry. I apologized. Because what do? We apologize. I said, I'm so sorry.
Guys are dogs.
I said sorry.
Guys are such dogs. They're like, hey, whatever. I don't care.
Well, here's the thing, too. That
I knew what I was getting into, girl.
The thing
I bust you open like a can of biscuits.
To my girls that are out here listening to this podcast, I actually want to tell you that it's kind of stupid the amount of energy and like shame we feel for our loose skin and the need to explain ourselves. Because I have actually found that. So like it being my biggest insecurity, and I did have a tummy tuck, but then I got into 2 bodybuilding shows and I lost about 25 more pounds, and I'm also about 4 years post tummy tuck. So I actually have a lot of loose skin again. When I sit down on the side of the pool in a bikini, I have the melted snowman. Like I could have actually really.
She said the melted snowman.
That's how it feels. That's how it looks.
I remember fucking piece of shit out there. Right? Someone left a comment years ago, but this is like when my skin like I knew I was had a lot of loose skin, but I wasn't told. But there's a lot of like support, right? A lot of support, even from TikTok, and it's hard to get. But someone was like, "This guy looks like melting chocolate ice cream," and that sat in my soul, and it hurt, but it was funny. So I pinned it because it hurt, but it was also funny because it was true, and like that was like that hurt.
Yeah. No, of course.
That hurt.
But sometimes you gotta let the people that love you go on that comment and fight for you, and that's why you pin it. That's what I do.
No one defended
Sometimes
me.
I'll pin. Okay, you guys need to do better. Come on.
No one
It's your
defended me on
boy.
that one. I saw a lot of laughs, but I put laughing too, so I think I opened up the door to like it is what it is. Like that was funny. Like if you're gonna tell me something,
You've
and I think
accepted
it's
it,
funny,
they can accept it.
Yeah,
And if
you
you
know what I
don't,
mean?
keep scrolling.
But it hurt though.
Of course.
It still hurts now. I'm still talking to my therapist about that one. No, I'm just kidding. I only got
And now I make sure to get a chocolate ice cream every time I'm at
Yeah,
ice
now
cream.
I
have to learn to love chocolate ice cream.
I remember one time we went somewhere and it's like skin something, and I pulled my skin out and I took a photo next to it. I just posted the skin and then my skin, and it was from the GMC. Remember? I went to go get the body check, and she's like, "Why are you like this?" I was like, "I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick and twisted."
No one's gonna say it if you don't say it. If you can say it first.
Oh shoot! Wrong podcast.
Stop it.
Oh.
Oh.
Shout out to Premium. Shout out to Premium OC. But yeah, so that's so interesting. Okay, so you apologize, and so like,
But
it doesn't stop.
what I was gonna say too is that like we spend so much time and energy being ashamed of our loose skin, feeling the need to have to explain yourself, worrying, the anxiety, all that stuff, and then like in the moments when it does happen, and you're like, oh my gosh, my loose skin legit did get the best of me. Like, oh my gosh, like just so cringe. I want to go crawl in a hole. We are so insecure about it. And then it's like so funny because to be honest with you, the last couple guys that I've been with, their favorite thing is to hold on to that skin right there. The part that I'm like, this is where I fold over. This is this part, this love handle area where I can fold my skin over. And everyone's like, Des, how'd you get rid of the loose skin? I'm like, I didn't. If you put your hand right here, you can fold this over any which way you want to do. As soon as I sit down on a flat surface and you can actually see me outside of leggings or something, I'm in a bikini on the side of the pool, it's on the cement. And it's funny because that is literally what guys are like actually drawn to. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me.
She gets so mad. I grab her because like it's gonna be gone soon. Like what am I gonna grab?
And that's exactly what you should be doing.
But
and
didn't I do that when we first started dating? I would always put and she wasn't. I'm the cause of her obesity. I'll tell you that much. I'll take full accountability on that.
as he should take full accountability.
I
of anything.
definitely. She would be considered like less than thick when we first started dating.
Mm-hmm.
Like less than she would like not chubby, but also not skinny. Like in that in between. So her belly didn't hang, but she had a little belly. I used to always like squeeze it. It was a little pooch, right? A little pooch, little cute little pooch.
Yeah.
But then it turned into like a fupa. And I take blame in that because she gained 100 pounds. I gained like 300 pounds when we started dating. So it's like, you know what I mean? One of those things. But I used to always grab the belly. So it's so interesting that like, you know, it would, I think, you know what though? I think like the right guy, because there's assholes out there, right? The right guy just don't care.
Right.
Like I'd rather have a girl that has loose skin because I know I don't like loose skin. I'm just going to throw it out there, my own personal loose skin. But I think knowing what I know about weight loss.
And the journey that it takes to earn that loose skin.
Yeah, if I would take a girl that was just 10 out of 10, drop dead gorgeous, but doesn't have any type of fight or like drive or ambition, or I would take someone like Modified Frankie. I would take Modified Frankie over and over because I know that girl
I have
has
chills.
been
Yes.
through the mud compared to the other one that doesn't really have that ambition.
Yes, and as a girl
Does that
on a
make
weight
sense?
loss journey, all you could ever hope and pray for is that you do find a guy that has the heart to love you for everything that it's taken for you to get to where you are today. And I actually wanted to just throw this out there, like for the guys that are out here watching this, especially like if you're on a weight loss journey or your girl's on a journey, I can't say it enough how important it is. Like the guys that did end up, you know, holding me by my insecure areas.
It's called aloha.
As much as mis
Aloha.
lojas, I know what it is. I'm 25% Mexican, thank you.
25%.
Yep, my grandma's from Aguascalientes.
I'm actually 50% Caucasian.
I think we're related. Just kidding.
Skin twins.
But like, what I was gonna say is that even though that was like what I was insecure about, the men who have actually like made that a thing, that's like what they like, that's where they like grab me to hold me from, it made me feel desired. It made me feel accepted or sexy. I'm like, okay, you like it? Sure, we'll go with that. And for the guys that are out there watching this, I just if you want to make your girl feel really secure, love her insecurities hard. Like if you especially know that there's something your girl's insecure about, love her harder on those areas. Like literally compliment her, hold her, show her that you don't care. And I hope that in your heart you don't care and that you love your girl for her heart and who she is. But it's funny that, you know, you and Frankie, like you guys know about the journey that you've been on. Not every couple is with someone who can know that journey.
Some people didn't make it, right?
No.
Some people, I know a lot of couples who one lost weight, one didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's a deal breaker.
Yes.
Right. And so it's been a battle for sure. Like we have our days where we're just at each other's neck. We have our days where we're 100%. I think we're always in sync, but we have our days where just like we don't see eye to eye, we'll say. But we're always in sync, right?
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, like it took a lot of time, a lot of energy to maintain our best version, build the best version of ourselves, but also maintain a loving relationship.
Yeah.
Because it's like you have to water your seeds and you have to grow your crop and your stuff, but then also we have to water our seeds and grow our crop like together as unity. And you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like there's a lot of watering going on top of becoming a coach and content and ebooks and website develop, like so much, right? So there's a lot, right? And I always tell Frankie this, like no matter what happens, like no matter what happened, like what we go through, our frustration, or sometimes, you know, we're not perfect, right? We're never gonna say we're perfect. I always say, like, I always want her in my circle, right? So if she were to be like, hey, I don't like you one day. All right, cool. Well, how are we gonna let your next boyfriend know that we're business partners and you're your ex, right? Because I trust her, right? Because there's chemistry there. We built this up. Now, obviously, I don't think we're ever gonna break up. She ain't getting rid of me. I told you I'll get her pregnant before she try that crazy, right? But
you'll haunt her in the next life, in the next life, in the next life.
Done. I am very, very petty, right? But I always tell her like no one could ever no one ever can create that with me again, right? Like she was there at nothing.
I love
ground
that
zero,
so much.
you know? So it's like it's always this conversation of like when we get in an argument or we bump heads with each other or we give each other the back, like I turn around, I'm like, okay, it's done. Like we're done. We know in 10 more minutes we're going to be fine. So why waste that 10 minutes of arguing and just like kiss and make up?
Yeah.
Because realistically, we're not going anywhere. Right? Like we've been through too much already. Like we're not going anywhere. And so we kind of like laugh it off or like she'll apologize or I'll apologize, to be honest. She's stubborn. But it is what it is, right? But that's something that like no one they ever take from us. And it's a blessing. It took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of energy. It took a lot of conversation, a lot of uncomfortable conversations. But at the end of the day, look what it's built. It's allowed us to stay together when majority of people we know didn't make it. You know what I mean? And
yes.
it's exciting. We don't take it for granted. Like we are very well aware of what we have and what we built. Now we earned it. It wasn't given to us, but we definitely are well aware of what we have, and it's something special. And we could really, as two people, come together and bring inspiration and a success story to others. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I think that like the love that you guys have is obviously the type of love that I believe everyone should try to strive to get in their life. Everyone deserves to love and to be loved so fully and like authentically and like that deeply, right? And so, you know, going back on the whole idea of like, oh, like what to do when you know, share intimacy with a new person, like girls watching this, guys watching this, like it is so important to like, you know, set yourself up to make sure that you are sharing that moment with someone who is going to, you know, be accepting of it or can accept it. Like I think it's like also just important to just like, you know, like have the standard of like, is this someone who's going to accept me for me? And it's like crazy because I know that like being a big girl and not getting like a lot of attention and stuff, sometimes, you know, you would start situationships or relationships with someone and you're like, this is never actually going to go somewhere. And, you know, you just kind of end up overcompensating even in your sex life. You might, you know, be trying to do things that, you know, you're being asked to do or whatever. And you're like, this isn't exactly something I'm comfortable with, but I'm overcompensating because I want to be chosen. I want to make sure that this guy will keep me for once, you know? And it's like, man, the effort that I just remember like having to go through as a big girl. And it's like, man, like I should have never had to go through that. Or like, you know, this guy, he clearly only wanted one thing and it never led to anything more. You know, it was like, girls, like we have been on a journey. We have come way too far to be, you know, giving our hearts and that intimacy to people who have not earned it. You know, like we're on a journey. We are on a self-love journey. Like we want to grow with someone one day. We want to get love like this. Be patient with it. And like, if it's giving you anxiety, like you don't know how he's going to take it. I hope that you're considering, you know, like it should already be a thought. Like, is this guy, like, is he real? Like he's got a good heart. Like I'm only giving this guy the time of day because he has a good heart.
Yeah.
We don't have time for
Oh God,
these F-boys, you know? Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Guys
like,
are stupid.
no, like
No, I know.
seriously, some guys
Some guys
legit
are.
only want one thing.
No, I'll agree. Guys are dumb. I'm
They
sorry, guys.
are.
I am team dudes all the way, but guys are dumb.
Guys are not that good to girls.
I'm a guy sometimes. I'm a good guy. I'm good at girls. Well, I wasn't always, which is very interesting. I was actually a lot more of a dickhead to girls when I was fatter than I am now when I've lost weight. But what I was going to say to this, though, that's a whole nother topic of the podcast. We could do a whole nother podcast about that. But what I got and what I understood from what you just said right now is to my guys out there or to my girls out there, just because you're fat, just because you're overweight, just because you're thick, just because you're plus size, just because you have loose skin, does not mean that your standards need to be set low.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
what
And I
got
wish
from
I would
that.
have learned that before because
Me too. Well, I actually can't say that because I think I'm like my standards weren't set low for Frankie. Frankie, they weren't set low. She was definitely rough around the edges. Definitely.
Wait, what?
I met her at a house party.
Oh, okay.
She did maybe
A little party girl?
show a tit. She did sleep with me the first night. Sleep over the
She
first
was a
night.
woo girl.
2 weeks in, she did sleep, you know.
When you know, you know.
But nah, she was out there being a little
A little
skeezing.
sucia.
A little sushi, a little foops, right? But I will say this though, I definitely didn't settle for her. I definitely didn't settle for her. Hands out, I didn't settle because
Yeah.
I didn't. Even though I was fat, I didn't date ugly girls. None of my track record. So any girl out there that's ever got dated by me, just know that you're not ugly.
Yeah.
You're broke, but you're not ugly.
I'm so dead.
I'm just kidding. I'll keep that in though. We're gonna keep it in.
You've always been the provider man.
I know. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Anyways, but yeah.
You know, on the
we had
last
centers, though.
episode, we talked about, you know, how we were like, you were like, yeah, like I still got attention, and I even though I was big, I still got attention, but it was like this ongoing thing where like it would never really lead to anything more, and it was like, oh, we both know it's because I'm 300 pounds.
It's like you're cool. I love hanging out with you. Yes,
You're
I'll definitely
everything
go
I
grab.
want.
Yes, I'll go grab lunch with you. And then like that one conversation comes where I don't know if this happened to you. We're like, I want to hang out. I want to talk to you, and I'm over here thinking like, this is it. This is where she tells me she likes me. She's like, I just don't know what to do. I really like this guy, but he has a girlfriend. I'm like, bruh, I was
Yeah.
trying to get in your pants. Now you just invited me to your grandma's birthday.
And now you just want me for lunch because you need a friend to give you a male perspective. Yeah, no, totally. I
Shout out to
can
my boys that are
absolutely
there right
relate to
now.
that.
I
I've
re-
always
yeah.
been the cool girlfriend, like not girlfriend, but friend that's a girl, you know?
Yeah.
And it'd be like, oh, like it's giving You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift. I mean, life story.
I haven't heard that song, but sure. Yeah.
You haven't? Okay,
No,
well,
I'm not a Swiftie. Sorry.
okay,
people.
like that
guys
is,
didn't-
I am a Swiftie.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But I'm just saying this. So whatever that song is, it's probably true. It's really relatable. But let's
Every single guy who blew me off came back into my DMs, my texts after I started my weight loss journey. Every single one of them.
Oh, same.
Isn't that crazy?
Girls from high school. I've always liked you. I thought you're cool.
No, I've always liked you.
How have you been?
Yes.
I noticed you haven't posted your girlfriend. You guys doing okay? I was worried. She's so pretty. Tell her I said hi. We have to all grab lunch together. Looky here.
You
had your shot. You ruined it. Right? You friend zoned me.
I hope you bought a leash.
No, that's it. I'm a hot commodity. She knows. No, she knows I'm a hot commodity now. Now, since this surgery,
She's hot commodity.
no,
too.
she is. But she for some reason she thought her boyfriend was just like gonna be her little chubby bear her whole life, like only hers. Like she just thought like no girl thinks he's cute. He's only mine, so he's not cute. He's not cute to people. And now like she'll see like DMs from like girls, and I show her everything, and she's like, "Oh no, you can't go there." Or now I can't wear certain clothes out. Can't make content in boxers. Before when I had loose skin, all the time boxers. She didn't care. She filmed it. Now she's like, "Babe, you're not wearing boxers."
Oh
Go change your
yeah, no,
shorts."
for sure, 1000%. Like, oh
All of
yeah,
a
no, that's a
sudden.
little too much.
All of a sudden,
showing a little too much on the gram.
All of a sudden, I got a video of the show, the inside of my body, but I can't wear boxers making content. Right, guys? So you know what? Get out there and get yourself sexy. And then the girls are going to want to touch you more. That's it.
That's how it goes, and it is hard. It is hard to be a girl and have a guy that gets a lot of attention. Trust me, I can relate.
Yeah.
Especially when they have such
yeah.
big muscles and they're very handsome and they just get attention everywhere they go. From
You
men
better
and
talk
women.
to me like that about that. You better, when you're on the podcast, you better talk about me like that. I'm serious. You're pissing me off. No, you better talk to me like that. But I love it. I think this is a great conversation. And you know what though? As much as I wanted this to be serious, even though it is a serious topic, I think it was raw because they got to feel comfortable while hearing like it wasn't like the podcast. I feel that people, and comment down below, let us know what you think. It's like I don't think it's a podcast where I think it's like you started to laugh before you could really feel sad and feel upset, right? Like and I love that stuff because nothing's worse. Like these people, all my lovely people. Sorry, not these people. Listen to this stuff on the way to work and in the gym, and I don't want every single thing to be like, do this now, you suck, you have to do this, or you're not. Like, I want people to be able to laugh with
Absolutely.
this and be related. And as much as I came here thinking like, damn, this is going to be like a serious podcast. I'm like on 2 scoops of pre-workout right now. I'm already scratching my face. My nose is itchy. Like, I just got back from the gym and I think it was perfect. Cause like, I feel like this is one of those things where it's like, yes, it hits home and it might make you feel a certain way, but there's laughter in pain. And it's okay.
And think about the actual experience of it all. Like I many times I was so anxious and afraid. It was all in my own head. Like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so embarrassing. How do I explain myself? And it's like at the end of the day, what was it? I didn't have to take myself that seriously because there was someone that accepted me for me, and there wasn't even anything to explain. If anything, the times I did feel like I did start explaining and I'm just running my mouth, it's like, shut up. I don't care about that.
So you built a monster under your bed.
Absolutely.
Let's go. So let's go. We overcome that, right? And like at
Yes.
the end of the day, I'll say this though, right? I would like to end off this way. And if you have something to say, I would love you to co-sign it.
Okay.
Is that regardless of what anyone would say, or regardless of how anyone would make you feel, just know that everybody has imperfections. And no one here is perfect. And if it is a loose skin or stretch marks, right? Or C-sections. I got a C-section too. I got a line right here, right? That stuff is earned. Stretch marks come from being pregnant and having the kids. C-sections come from having kids. That is you bringing life into this earth. Loose skin comes from you changing your life around. That is earned, right? And never let anyone take that away from you.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree. And I think just like the era of feeling like you need to explain yourself, like just don't even waste your time and energy on that. And I forgot to even touch on this, but what's interesting is that the whole feeling the need to explain myself and feeling some sort of insecurities based on what my body looks like, there are times even post skin removal, I remember like I've had experiences where I felt like I needed to explain the fact that I low-key have like some Frankenstein scars going on, hip to hip, and then I've got keloided under the boob breast implant scars.
Let's end it here. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Good idea.
No, I'm serious. Like that is because it's all. Yeah.
It's never ending.
All right, everyone. It's never ending, people. I mean, I'll be making podcasts.
Stop explaining yourself, or else you're gonna be explaining yourself the rest of your life.
I know, honestly, but no, I didn't think about that. So, anyways, hear me out. It's Modify Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. Today we had the amazing Des.
Woke up like Des.
Woke Up Like Des on all platforms. 1Z. We're going to have another podcast. We're going to shoot another podcast because I would really love to. Yeah, that's a good one. That's the scars, right? Because I'm not done. I sometimes I forget my scars, but like I said, I think it's different from a guy and a girl's perspective.
Always.
Because scars to a guy is like, it's bad. Oh, never mind. I'm getting into it. All right, everyone, have a great day. Get out there and win. Get out there and change your life. Get out there and become the best version you can be. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being better.